I know what I know on the ILO office or organization is a United Nations specialized agency which deals with overseeing the labor issues across the globe. And in a history, what I know, it was started in 1990s, and it was the first agency to be registered by the United Nations. That's one of the brief descriptions that I know. And the other thing that I can add on top of that is that the International Labour Organization oversees the issues of employment and labor across the globe by performing different research projects and programs, of which I can just mention a few of them. One, all of these projects being directed or targeted to one agenda, which is the decent work agenda, of which, according to what I know, it's an agenda that is expected to be fulfilled in 2030. I think it's very important for these finance people or the finance managers to be open, or to be I can use a word like to use integrity and to be true in whatever they are trying to do, so as to ensure the effective use of these funds and ensuring that they are being used for what they were meant to. Recently, I'm a graduate from the university, and the experience that has influenced me to choose this career is the experience that I have from volunteering and some internships that I've already been doing prior. And one of the experience that I need to talk about is the experience that I have from the NGO, one of the NGO here in Tanzania, a religious non-government organization known as the STUM, that is the Southern Tanzania Union Mission. I have been there as an intern accountant for about 6 months. I started that soon when I was done with my studies. Before graduating my degree, I started there soon after my last semester from school. So I was there trying to do the assessments on things related to finances and accounting department. And while there, I managed to deal with some invoices, cash receipts, and some payments. But also I was able to deal with some reconciliation statements. I've been preparing reconciliations between the organization, the NGO organization, with its respective bankers. And I've also been doing reconciliations between the organization and its bankers, but in other foreign currencies like the USD. But also I've been doing the reconciliation statements on the organization with its lower organizations. I'm talking of the institutions, hospitals, schools, and whatever they have below them, and also the reconciliations between them and their higher organization, the organizations above them. So being an accountant, well, it's not something that I can say that the knowledge from school was just enough for me to say that I'm full for my career. So I needed a further experience from these other organizations. That's why I went there for about 6 months, and I'm looking forward to do it well with you ILO people.
I have a follow-up question on that one. So you've mentioned that you have done accounting. You are actually performing accounting in different areas as an intern and as a volunteer. What influenced you to undertake accounting or to choose that career path?
Okay. Thank you. The only thing that I can say that influenced me to choose that career path is that, you know, when I was young, by the way, I was trying to see how people in different people were working in banks and people were doing their activities in these finance agencies. So for me, I personally was interested. I had interest on being a person who was recording, taking books of, taking records of transactions or other things that business people normally do. But personally, also from my family experience, I have been doing that since when I was a young boy, helping my father and mother because they were businessmen. So they used to use me as their bookkeeper, I can say that, as their bookkeeper. So it's something that I had passion in it since when I was a very young boy. And I never realized that I really wanted to be that person until when I was grown up, when I was in my secondary school, is when I decided to take the subjects related to accounts so that I can become a professional accountant. So it's the interest that I had it from my early ages as a young boy. Well, I know, first of all, I know it's a challenge when it comes to people who are already in employment and they have a lot of tasks that they have to fulfill or they have to fulfill in a certain period of time. And this is normally very difficult for each employee to meet the tasks in the required time. But for me, as an employee, I think when I have a lot of tasks and each of the tasks needs to be fulfilled in a certain specified time, I think I prefer using the time plan base that I've been using it in my internships and in my volunteering. That maybe I have a lot of tasks. Let's say I have 3 tasks or 4 or 5 that they have to be completed in this month, which is June. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to ensure that maybe one of the tasks has to take a duration of maybe 5 days. That's almost a week. Maybe on week 1, I have to be assured that I will spend some of my hours to work on a certain on one specific task. And on the next coming week, maybe other 5 days, I'm supposed to deal with the other specific task, which is number 2. And the other week I can schedule it for another specific task, maybe task number 3. Therefore, my point is that in multiple tasking issue, I prefer using a time plan. That is to ensure that when the time that has been specified as the deadline comes, I find myself well done with these tasks and I submit the work to the people who have given it to me. Yeah, in my area of specialization, I've taken different initiatives personally, and it has really worked. It has really worked in helping me of finding myself achieving what I've been assigned to do, reaching to the targets that I've been assigned to reach. So I'm trying to think that at work, maybe I'm assuming, at work with my career, the initiatives that I'm thinking that I'll have to take is that, first of all, you know, I'm a person who is proactive and committed. Therefore, I usually find myself also taking, I like maybe to, I just don't like to get answers. I like also to ask some questions that maybe how did this go through and it has reached to this point. Therefore, for me as an accountant, in my career, I have different areas that I have to take initiatives for different expectations or different targeted goals. For instance, one of the challenges that most accountants normally face is the issue of meeting their works in specified deadlines. Most of accountants normally find themselves having a lot of activities they are supposed to do when it's at the end of a certain financial period. So what I'm thinking, taking an initiative, is that I have to ensure that every task is supposed to be done in its specific time. Maybe it's time, I know at the end of the month, I have to submit a reconciliation statement to my supervisors. Then I will have to ensure that whatever is needed to, whatever that I need, that it can support me for my reconciliation statement to be printed out, whatever I need to use it to support me, it should be there in the time when I'll be preparing the reconciliation statement. That is just an example. Not that it reaches a time I'm preparing a reconciliation statement, then I come to realize that maybe a certain voucher or a certain statement is missing. Maybe a certain bank statement has not yet been sent to my account. So I like taking initiatives of things earlier so that to ensure I meet I submit my work in a specified period of time.